So we are live. Just let me copy the link to
Yeah.
share it with you.
Mm.
Now you can share this with your friends.
Yeah, shared.
Yeah. If you will not share, they will keep calling you and you will be disturbed. So first share and then we can begin, right?
Sure.
In the meantime, she's sharing. Let me welcome all my guests. Hello, everyone there, and my wonderful followers. I'm back again with Achievers Talk with another guest who will be of great help to you today. So, I am Babita Rani, author of my books, Perform Your Way to Success and Awaken the Superhero Within. I hope you have already read it and benefited from it. Today in Achievers Talk, we have a very special guest and who will be of great help to all the wonderful people out there, may be it men or women, because she is a mindful parenting coach. And all of us need this parenting. All of us are doing parenting in our stage. So she is an author, educator, counselor, and a coach. She has done MA in psychology, right? Yeah.
Right.
MA in psychology, and she's an NLP expert also, a certified life coach. And not only that, she has served in education sector for 15 plus years, and she has acted as center head also for many kindergarten schools in Noida. So she has lots of experience with children also. So I'm sure you're going to benefit a lot from today's guest. And feel free to ask your questions so that you get your answers immediately. She has coached hundreds of parents through her multiple tools and techniques. And let's welcome Neelam Tiwari, Mindful Parenting Coach. So, welcome, Neelam, to Achievers Talk Show.
Thank you, Babita. Thank you so much for inviting me on the Achievers Talk show. It's a pleasure being here.
You're
And
welcome.
thank you.
Yeah. As I said, you have taught for 15 plus years. So, after teaching for so long, what made you become a coach?
I think pandemic was a blessing in that case because I was nicely doing my job and settled in my job in Mumbai.
Right.
Then later I had shifted to Noida. And before I could start something in Noida, this pandemic happened. So those 1.5 years being at home, I learned a couple of things and thought of why not to utilize the experience which I have all these years, helping out parents, learning and unlearning new things, so that I can, give back to the society. Till now, I have been doing things for myself in job, but now I wanted to give back to society. But in what ways? So I thought my experience is the best thing. Let me take it forward at a different dimension and start helping people around. So that is how this coaching and counseling happened in my life. I learned certain things, and then yes, I'm here.
Great to have you here. I can see on your poster, Gen Z's Parenting. This is a book which has been written by you. So, what do you understand by Gen Z for those people who are um, in my Facebook group? Can you explain them what does this mean and what are the challenges the parents face with this generation?
See, Gen Z is a generation which is from, say, early 2000, 1998, 97, 98, till 2012, 2015 is what is Gen Z. Until now, also, we are handling those children and those parents, those who were born in that era, they are parents now. So
Okay.
Gen Z is basically a very different generation which has, we are dealing with them. These children have different aspirations, their thought process is different, and the way they are brought up is different. The parents are millennials, and the way they look at life, they look at society, everything is different. The society is very different for them. The other, say, the platforms which are being provided to them, basically most of them, they are provided with social media platform, so their learning is different, their outlook is different, their perspective is different. So when we talk of all these things, it has different challenges along with it. These children are very individual mindset. They have an individual mindset. They want
Right.
to do things for themselves. They want to have the peer group has to be, they have to belong to their peer group. Otherwise, they have a FOMO of not belonging to the group. And social media has changed their way of thinking. When they see people around, their parents or friends using social media to the T, they too want to be a part of that. But everything has an advantage and a disadvantage as well. That
So,
is where the parents they face a lot of challenges.
so what, according to you, are advantages of social media?
Children get a lot of exposure through social media. You
Yes.
and me never thought of that. There will be some virtual background, virtual this thing, and we will be coming across and talking like this. But our children or this generation is very much exposed to this social media. They have learned through social media. I mean, it is a boom, but there has to be a unsaid boundary also for children, how much they can go and where we have to stop them. So that limitation they have to understand. Okay, I can do this much, but beyond that, it is a distraction also.
So they are getting lot of knowledge from this, lot of exposure they are getting. But
Yes,
as you are setting, we must set boundaries also. So what are the negative aspects of this social media?
it is full overloaded with information. So how authentic is the information? What they have to take it and what they don't have. They have to, everything is not for them.
I
And
think
whatever they read, they believe.
I think here the role of parents come in. So
Yes, here the role of parents come in to set boundaries for them, whether it is toddler or whether it is adults or whether it is preteen.
okay. So how can parents keep a watch on this? How can they set boundaries? What, according to you, how have you set boundary for your Gen Z kid?
See, parent has to be open enough to
Right.
understanding what is the child's mindset is, what
Mhm.
is he using and what is he doing. The parent involvement and taking interest in what the child is doing. See that if
Absolutely.
the child is using social media day in day out, one has to take interest. Okay, what are you doing? Let me also learn. Let me also see who are your friends. It has to be a win-win situation for both. Even the child should not feel that parents are interfering too much.
Mhm.
Go ask them, set a boundary, or just see that things are happening, how it is happening, whether they are learning or whether they are taking some other track on it.
Mhm.
When we talk about adult children, I mean teens or adults, we cannot control them too much. But pre-teens and toddlers, of course, we can control them. You can, give them exposure to certain sites only. Put a password or something like that, where you get a notification that if the child is trying to log in XYZ site, you can stop it or your permission is required. So like this, there are certain things which parents can do and stop their children from excessive use of it. Or it could be a rewarding thing as well for them. If they study well, if they behave well, you can give them, mobile or a screen time, say for a little half an hour or 1 hour or whatever the parent decide as per
Yeah.
the age group of the child.
Setting screen time is important.
Is setting
Uh,
screen time.
I have seen parents giving the mobile to even 2 month old child, 3 month old child, just to make sure that the child doesn't cry. Do you think it is correct for that child?
It is absolutely not advisable because the more the child will get used to screen timing, the lesser the child will be exploring his body and the environment.
Right.
The child has to come out and play and reach the milestone what is required. If
Mhm.
the entire time child is spending on the screen, whether it is toddler or whether it is preteen, the
Mhm.
child is not able to explore himself in the surrounding, in the environment, with the mother nature, with his peer group, with his friends. So that is another way of developing. Overall development of the child happens with the peer group, not with the mobile.
Right. Right. Very rightly said. Um, I have often heard you saying, accept your child. What do you mean by accept your child? There are so many tantrums that a child does. Can we accept all the tantrums that they have? Or they have so many desires? What to accept and when not to accept? What do you mean by this actually acceptance?
See, accepting a child as a parent will always accept the child, but there has to be a fine boundary, a fine assertive line which the parent has to teach the child as well. Accept the child. We love the child. Say, for instance, if I talk about my life, I 100% accept my child. But if I have to correct the child, X behavior is not accepted, I will point out to the behavior. I will not labelize in general the child that X is not good. But yes, you can correct the behavior that behavior is affecting your life. That habit is not good. Work on that habit. And to work on that habit, the parent has to be consistent and the child has to be consistent. Mother and father play a very important role when I say this thing. If there is a lot of abuse in the family, the child will pick up that.
Right.
In that case, the parent has to see themselves what is the behavior they are projecting in the family. And if the child is picking up that, that is not accepted. But if once you say that is not accepted to the child, there are certain changes a parent also need to make.
Suppose if child gets low score in his exams. So I have seen parents saying, "Ekdam bewakoof ho tum, you don't know anything." So how does it affect the brain of the child? If he's very young and he listens to these things frequently, "Tum bahut bewakoof ho," or whatever the parents say, I don't want to say those words. So how does it affect their brain?
It impacts adversely. Parents don't realize, but it impacts adversely. तुम्हें तो कुछ नहीं आता है, तुम कभी अचीव नहीं कर सकते हो. You know, all these negative statements, or you're a failure, you don't understand, you're a dumbo, you will not do anything good in life. These are such lines that it goes deep down into the child's belief system.
Right.
Which from our generation we have seen. We have still coped, I'll say, but this generation will not take. They are very, very sensitive, impatient. So when we give them a positive motivation, when we appreciate them, of course, low grade is not accepted. But can you do anything about that point of time? Criticizing the child will help in any which ways. This generation will not accept. So tell them in a way wherein your message is also conveyed and the child is also not hurt. You have to take certain actions. You have to make a platform for them so that the child is motivated enough and wants to do certain things. Talk about their goal and their aspirations in life. How we can work and create such an atmosphere in the family wherein, all of us are doing something, reading something, discussing something, wherein that itself is a motivation for the child. What game we used to play, I'll just share with you. We used to pick up 3-4 topics on a weekend, and we used to decide our family, like this topic mama is going to read, this topic dada is going to read, and this topic the child is going to read. We used to do it in the entire week's time, and then again on Saturday, Sunday, we used to sit and share the knowledge. So that way sharing used to happen, that way family time was there, that way bond was happening. There are so many multiple positive points of that.
Right. So very good technique you gave my viewers. Anything else that you would like to share about, because you are an NLP trainer also. You have studied the mind of people. What is the role of mind on people? How can they develop this power of belief? So anything that you would like to share from that part of your journey to the parents today?
Basically, there are certain aspects in our life which we are in the denial mode. Normally, we don't accept that for ourselves or for our children as well.
Right.
If we accept it, that is maybe if we understand what is there and what is the perspective of it. It could be first person perspective, it could be second person perspective, it could be third person perspective. So whatever they're doing with some kind of intention towards it. Yeah. What is that intention? Maybe if I have done something, say maybe if I scolded you, you at your place will feel very bad about it. That is your way of looking at it. I have done it because I wanted good for you.
Right.
Maybe if I'm scolding is a way of me expressing myself. It is not that I don't love the child, or it is not that I am doing to hurt you. My intention is not to hurt, but to give the message very clearly. So when one understands the three dimensions of any situation, when the situation is clear, we are more mindful and we are more blissful in life. Otherwise, this the circle of criticism, the circle of non-accepting, the circle of denial, this vicious cycle is on and on and on.
Right.
The cycle has to break somewhere for us to look at the other side and the better side of the life. So this is what, and there are many other tools also which we work on in NLP.
Mm-hmm.
More of mindfulness, more of understanding ourselves and accepting ourselves. And why are we behaving the way we are behaving? There is some past, there is some, uh, it could be some hurt, it could be some past experiences, it could be some trauma which we are carrying unknowingly, unconsciously. So that develops some kind of behavior in us, or maybe in children, in anybody, in humans in particular. So once we understand all these things, the life journey becomes better, more meaningful, more purposeful.
True that. So today's parents need to understand their child's behavior. Their behavior has to be pointed out, what Neelam is saying, not the child should be criticized for what behavior he has shown. So we need to correct his behavior. Is it what you
Yes,
wanted to say?
yes.
So one last question I would like to ask you, because my viewers might be benefiting a lot from what you're saying. Can you there is no magic tool to give to parents in a single go. But can you give some suggestions which can go a long way in their life when they bring their child, or when they are doing the parenting for the child?
I have penned down my all experiences with different tools and suggestions. I have put it in my book, and the book is Soulful Counseling. This is the book.
Yeah.
And Gen Z's Parenting. Soulful Counseling is my page, and viewers can reach out to me on my page, that is Soulful Counseling, and the book is Gen Z's Parenting, which is available on Amazon. This book has real life experiences which I have gone through in my life, or in the life of people I know, or in the surroundings. Those I have picked up, those situations I have picked up, and I have written so many things in the book which will be benefiting the parent for sure. So if you go through the book, you will realize that, what kind of struggles children they are facing at different age of life, and how the parent can be a support to the child. How children they come back to the family. Though when they are adult, they are very aggressive, they don't want to listen. But there are times when the child will come back to the parent only. So parent has to be very patient enough to let go certain things and to accept when the child is coming back. So there are many incidences which I have put it across. They can reach out to me on my social media handles, and you can share the link as well.
Yeah, I'll definitely share the link. This is for my viewers. I have read her book, Gen Z's Parenting, and I would guarantee that whatever she's saying is perfectly true. If you will read her book, you will get many insights into how to handle today's generation's kid. Because this generation, people are not able to handle. Everybody talks, हमारे ज़माने में ऐसा नहीं था. ज़माना बहुत बदल गया है. You also need to change on your parenting. I hope you had a great time talking with Neelam and got many insights into parenting today. We will be back again next Friday, same time, with another special guest. And bye-bye for that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Babita. Thank you, all the viewers. It was pleasure coming here and talking to you all. If you have any questions, you can put it across or reach out to me on my social media handles.
Okay, she is there, available there on Instagram as Soulful Counseling, or on Facebook also, and on LinkedIn also.
LinkedIn also.
Everywhere you are with the same name, na? Soulful Counseling.
Yes, Soulful Counseling is my page name. Otherwise, Neelam Tiwari also they can search for, and they can DM me if they have certain questions or they want to, take certain kind of coaching or they want to understand something. They can definitely reach out to me.
Yeah, as I told you, she has consulted more than 150 parents. So you can reach out to her if you have any queries related to your child. So thank you for watching, everyone. Thank you, Neelam, for joining today. It was my pleasure having you on my Achievers Talk. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Pleasure was mine. Thank you.